everyone, and welcome to this week's Soul Tribe yoga practice. I thought that this week we could probably do with a little confidence boost. There might be a lot of changes coming up in your life soon, with kids going back to school, with maybe the amount we are going out to work or working in the house changing. So I thought that it would help to ride these transitions if we had a little confidence boost through our yoga that we can tap into whenever we need it. So I thought it might be a good idea to start today in hero pose. So with hero, you've got lots of options. If you have a block or a big book, feel free to pop it between your feet and then to sit back on that, especially if you feel a little bit tight or you're looking after your knees. Otherwise, you might like to get rid of the block or the book and bring your sitting bones all the way down to the mat. And from there, just take a really deep, nourishing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Excuse me, might make you sneeze. Okay. Just take a moment to settle in and to become aware of your breathing, and also of the palms of your hands resting calmly, confidently on the thighs. Okay, let's take one more deep breath here and just really visualize your solar plexus chakra, so the center above your navel, the color gold or yellow, and this is the seat of our inner power, our confidence, our self-esteem. So let's breathe right down into that chakra now. And whatever the week or the coming weeks have in store, you've totally got this. And as a tribe, we have one another's backs. So when you're ready, come out of hero very carefully. We're going to come forwards onto our hands and knees for some cat-cows. So uncurl the toes, connect the fronts of the feet with the mat, and then let's begin to move with the breath. So inhaling as we drop the navel, lift the heart, and finally the head, and exhale. Begin to make space through the back body as you draw your navel up towards the spine, and take that at your own pace. Know that if it feels right for you, then it is right. You might like to begin to take things a little off the tracks here, inviting some more fluid movement into your cat-cow as you begin to connect with your practice today. Forwards and backwards, or big hip circles. Okay, and then let's develop this movement into a very mini flow. So as you inhale, let's come all the way forwards. Let the pelvis and the hips drop right down as you straighten your arms up into cobra. And then as you exhale, send it back, and let's stretch and bring the heart space down into our heart to earth pose, puppy dog. Keep the sitting bones high. And let's play with that transition a couple more times here. Inhaling, opening the heart up into cobra, and then sending it back to puppy dog. One last time. Send it back to puppy dog. And then bring your sitting bones all the way back to the heels. Swing the feet underneath you. And come into a little boat variation. So really tapping into the solar plexus here. So let's sit up nice and tall. Feel the connection through the sitting bones with the earth. Long spine. You can feel free to keep your toes connected with the mat and stretch the arms out in front of you. Or to invite a little more heat, you might lift the shins so that they are parallel-ish to the sky and the earth. And if you want to go all the way, even more power, come into your full boat pose. You might want to breathe between one and the other. So from a little half boat up into a full boat. And then we'll start to take some yogic bicycles. So keep bringing your focus back to this area. So we're going to draw the right knee in towards the body as we lengthen the left leg away from us. Hook the hands behind your neck and take the left elbow to the right knee and then right elbow to left knee. And keep breathing through it. Let's do 2 more to each side. Remember, you've got the power, the confidence. You can do it. And you've also got the power to come right back when you feel it's right. And take a couple of rock and rolls. So just rock out any tension. So I'm holding on to the backs of my thighs, but you might prefer to hold on to the big toes or the ankles. All right, see if you can build a little bit of confidence here. And don't be afraid to play around. Next time you come forward, see if you can come through into your low squat. Malasana, garland pose. So we've got the feet a little bit wider than the hips, and feel free to take some time just to play around here, rocking between each foot. And I quite like to lengthen and stretch the arms away as I do that, just easing in and opening up the hips. Beautiful. Alternatively, you might like to invite some stillness, and that's fine too. Just keep the sitting bones dropping down, palms pushing together, elbows pushing into the inner thighs, and the thighs pushing back, so everything's nice and active. Deep cleansing breaths. Invite that confidence in. And this is a really nice pose also to connect with your root chakra. So the root chakra, right down at the base of the spine, and associated with the idea of really grounding ourselves into a sense of security. So one more breath here, send that breath down to your root chakra. And then let's bring the hands to the mat and begin to slowly lengthen the legs, heel toe them a little closer together so you come into your forward fold. And then when you're ready, bring a softness into the knees, palms to the mat, and let's step it back into our downward facing dog. So keep the sitting bones reaching up high. And then when you're ready, inhale, let's lift the right leg, bend the right knee, bring the weight of the body forwards, and let's step it through to Anjaneyasana. So low lunge, settle in, see how open the hips are feeling, lengthen those hip flexors, and then let's sweep the arms up to the sky. Drop the shoulders, and then as you exhale, we're going to take a little twist to the right. So the arms come down to shoulder height. Inhale, bring the arms back up. Exhale, let's twist to the left. Inhale, coming back to center. Now what we're going to do is come up with confidence into our extended warrior, which we did in our little practice last week. So just feel those firm foundations, and then we're going to rise up with confidence. So keep the left heel lifted, but just keep one long line as you begin to tip the body forwards. So think one line from the heel to the fingertips. Really great for strengthening that supporting leg. One more breath here. And then maybe hop the back foot in a little bit so you can plant it ready to rise up into warrior one. So we've got the back toes on a 45-degree-ish angle facing the long edge of the mat. Send the arms up. Lovely. Now from here, let's turn and face the long edge of the mat. I'm going to ride the wave a little bit, just floating a bit like a surfer from one side to the other. Okay, so bending each knee and taking the arms over. Have a bit of fun with it. Let's keep it light-hearted. Even though we're tapping into this confidence, it's so much easier to do that if we don't take ourselves too seriously. So have a little laugh, a little smile. Have a laugh at me doing this. Okay, and then let's lengthen both legs, turn the toes to face the long edge, draw up from the kneecaps, if that makes sense. It's upwards pull from the kneecaps and send the arms up into your 5-pointed star. Harness that power, that confidence. And then as you exhale, we'll turn the toes out and you guessed it, goddess. Couldn't do a confidence practice without a little bit of goddess. So find that inner goddess, shine her out, connect with the world, your beautiful power. Lovely. Now as you inhale, let's rise up once again into 5-pointed star. We'll turn to the left edge of our mat now. As we dive forwards, pivot on the back foot and slide the left leg back so you're in your downward facing dog, ready to take that to the other side. First, let's just enjoy your down dog. When you're ready, let's inhale, lift the left leg, and then step it through, finding your low lunge on this side. Ground down, guys. Feel that connection and sweep the arms up. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let's twist to the left. Inhale, back up to center, and then exhale, let's twist to the right. Okay, coming back up now. We'll rise up, rooted, strong, confident into that extended warrior. So you can see me just shuffling my front foot in a little bit so I feel confident. Just look for that place where you feel rooted, grounded, secure, and then start to travel upwards. Look for that line of power and your inner force. Back heel lifted, tipping the body onto this diagonal line. And then finally planting the right foot so you arrive in warrior one. Maybe take the left knee a little deeper if it feels good to. Remember, you can always keep this warrior one on a diagonal. Feels good in the hips. Okay, we're not going to ride the wave this time. Instead, we're going to sweep the arms behind, interlace the fingers, and open the chest up to the sky. As you exhale, let's bow forwards. Humble warrior. Let the head hang down. Let the arms come as far as the shoulders will allow them. Breathe into your power. Get ready on an inhale to rise back up nice and strong. We're going to come through center again here, but keep the hands and arms exactly as they were. Check that you feel strong and secure and supported through the feet. And then let's exhale down. Beautiful shoulder opener. Inhale, coming back up. We're just going to take that peaceful warrior to the other side. So turn and face the right side of the mat. Inhale, open up, and exhale as you bow forwards. Inhale, come on up, release the arms, and then we're going to pivot on the back foot and step those feet together. Exhale, let yourself hang there for a moment. Get ready once again to rise, rooted. So feel for those connections through the feet. And in fact, before we rise up, let's take a really rooting pose. So we're going to place each hand underneath the feet, okay? So take it easy here. It's a nice release for the wrists, but if it doesn't feel right to you, feel free to skip it. So I've just lifted each foot and placed my foot down on the palm of my hand. It can feel very strange to begin with, but this is really good for your balance and really good for your sense of security and confidence in your own body. When you're ready, let's release. Soft bend through the knees, sweep the arms back, and then let's rise up into our chair pose. Again, keep connecting with both of these chakras, so with the root chakra and the solar plexus chakra. Let's visualize them here as we take some breath in chair pose. Grounding us, keeping us secure, lifting our self-esteem and confidence. And then inhale, up to standing. I'm going to turn to face you. We're going to come into a standing figure of four. So shift the weight into your left foot. And then see if you can bring your right ankle just to rest on your left thigh, okay? Feel free to grab onto a wall or a surface nearby if you're having a wobbly day. And this might be enough today, working on your balance. And if so, good, good for having the confidence that this is for you today. Don't feel pressured into going any further if it doesn't feel right. But if it does, you've got the option to come into a little forward fold here. So maybe grab that book or block if you want the floor to come a bit closer. Otherwise, you can bring your fingertips down to the mat. And if you're feeling really confident, come down all the way. So you're balancing on your left heel. Well, left toes, but your left heel. Just find a nice little seat near your root chakra. You might want to keep the fingers on the mat, or you might just see if you can take even a second or two just to balance there. Okay, come out really slowly, really carefully. So you need to walk the hands a little bit further in front of you if you're coming up from this pose. Coming up, back the way we came in, all the way up, woo! Embrace the wobbles, release that foot, give yourself a shake it out, okay? Oh, feels good to go a little crazy sometimes. And those of you who've been to Soul Tribe yoga classes, do you remember when we had a little twist, a little dance? You know, I think that really boosts confidence as well. So if you get the chance to do that in your day, just have a dance. Right, let's shift over onto the right side now and find our figure of four here. So keep some softness through the right knee initially and decide where it feels good for you to be. Standing up nice and tall. Letting that left knee just gently ease down towards the earth. Or maybe coming forwards into a fold. And maybe taking the journey one step further. Oh, clicky knee. And coming into a little balance. Feels really different on this side, but it often does. Woo! So if you are having a wobbly moment like me, see if you can find a little point in front of you to focus on. Really helps. And then when you're ready, let's lengthen that leg. Come back up to standing. And again, give it a little shake. And this time, take the feet about hips width apart, and let's just loosen everything up after that real sustained focus. Just swinging the arms. Make and take up as much room as you want to. Swing it round. Enjoy your feeling. Enjoy the feeling of your body in space. Swooshing your arms around. And then coming back to a beautiful mountain pose. Simple, but really grounding. Feel the four corners of each foot and shine the palms of your hands forwards. Lengthen the tailbone down. And let's tap into that feeling of just confidence in the space you take up, because you are bloody marvellous. Okay, if you've closed your eyes, let's flutter them open and take a really nice big stretch up to the sky before we fold forwards. Beautiful. Plant the palms. This time we're going to step back into plank. So keep focusing on that solar plexus chakra here. Push a little forwards and backwards through the heels, pushing up and away from the mat. You have totally got this, guys. Okay, now we're going to bring the left knee down to the central point and turn it a quarter clockwise so that we can just have a nice side stretch into a supported side plank. Stretch and open. And if you want to go a little further on the strength element, come into your supported half moon. And then come back round through tabletop. We'll bring the right knee in. This time, that lower right leg is going to turn a quarter anti-clockwise, and we'll stretch up to this side. So you can take the hand up to the sky or find a really long line from the left foot to the left fingers, whichever feels best. Maybe a half moon. Feel confident in your own decision that what feels best in your body is best. And then come on down through tabletop. Woo, back to where we started, hero. So tap into your body. How does it feel right now? Which variation do you want to take? So you might just want to sit back on the heels. You might want to grab that block or book again. You might want to bring the sitting bones down. And hey, this time, you might even want to take it a little bit further. So you might come back onto the elbows. You might come all the way down. Listen to your body. Don't go any further than it feels right to. If you're right down here, like me, it feels really nice to just stretch the arms overhead. And whichever variation of hero you find yourself in, think of what that word means to you, hero. And aside from yourself, you know, who are the heroes in your life? Can we send some gratitude to them now, some appreciation? And let's also send some of that to ourselves. All right, when you're ready, come up, make sure you support yourself with your arms. Come back onto the hands and knees, and then back to a seated position. So I'm just going to show you a couple of options here. So it might be that you want to spend some time cross-legged, or it might be that you want to come into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, zipped up, maybe sitting up nice and tall. Or, so just see either of those might resonate, or you might like to come into a little half lotus. So with half lotus, it's sort of as if you're going to cross your legs, but you're going to instead put the leg on top, really on top. So my right foot, the sole of my foot is facing upwards here, okay? If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Take whichever variation feels good to you and have confidence in that decision. Okay, now whichever one of those you've taken, let's make sure that we switch after a few breaths. Switch legs. And then let's all of us meet in Sukhasana. So just a nice, simple cross-legged pose, ready for a seated twist. So left hand to the right knee, sit up nice and tall. Inhale and exhale as you ease round into your twist. Another inhale. Use your exhale to come back round. Take it to the other side, sit up nice and tall, and then exhale round. Inhale nice and tall again, and exhale round. Let's reach up to the sky and fold forwards. Bow down to that earth, connect in. And draw yourself back up. Let's switch legs there just for a final forward fold. Inhale up, exhale down. And rising back up, we'll turn lengthways on our mat again and come on down. We're moving towards Shavasana now, but first we'll take a quick pit stop in bridge. So feel that connection through the feet, through the palms, facing down onto the mat. Your feet are about a hip's width apart, and as you inhale, let's lift the hips up to the sky. Let's see if we can stay here for a few breaths. Snuggle the shoulder blades a little closer in. Maybe walk the feet a little closer. You might even find that your hands touch the heels. And if they do, just build some height. Let the chest come up towards the chin. Back of the neck is nice and long. You're strong, you're supported. And through that you can find that lift and lightness. Couple more breaths here. And then exhale down. Ooh, release the shoulder blades. Give yourself a big hug. And take the arms out to shoulder height. So just to get rid of any remaining tension, we're going to take the knees over to one side. So we're keeping the knees together. And then take them over to the other side. So this is more intense on the core muscles if you keep the feet lifted. But if you want a more chilled version, take the feet down to the mat and then take the knees from one side to another. Either way, you're getting all the loveliness of twists, just to add a little detoxing element to the end of our practice. And when you're ready, slide each foot away from you and come into Shavasana. So this is the point, guys, where you might like to grab a blanket, light some candles even, get some essential oils, and maybe your Shavasana will go on for longer than this video. In fact, I encourage you to take the longest Shavasana you can. But if you do just have a couple of minutes, close your eyes and just bring your attention to your breath and how your body is feeling now. Let the nourishment of your practice flood your body from toes to fingers. Just notice how it feels on the inside, how your energies are feeling. Okay, so this might be the point where you just stay sweetly lying down, or it might be that you come over onto one side and sit up very slowly with me. So if you have longer to spend in Shavasana, I hope it's dreamy, I hope it's relaxing. Either way, I thank you again from my heart to yours for joining me for another practice. I really hope that you continue to find comfort and connection in each one of our practices as I do in sharing them with you. So thank you. The light in me bows to and honours the light in you. Namaste. And have a lovely week. See you very soon. Thank you.